Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be looking at the Ice King, and I'm going to be taking him to a 140 Fight the Storm mission right about here, and showcase you guys why I personally like the Ice King as my favorite Atlas defense constructor. Uh, I will say that in the case of doing multiple Atlases by yourself, Mega Base Kyle is probably better, and in the case of just general constructor tier list, I think base Kyle is better. However, I do want to showcase Ice King in this Fight the Storm mission because of a certain trick that you can do with his commander perk here that I think is actually pretty useful. And the build that I'm going to be showcasing in the Atlas mission is actually one that's pretty cheap and really consistent. Works for me like pretty much every time. I've even taken this build into like ventures with like max power difficulty and stuff, and the defense works just fine. So yeah, well, here's the loadout first. I'll discuss this first. We got the Ice King in the commander slot. What he does whenever husks are walking onto structures that are affected by the base, they're going to be snared by 15%. This just means that they walk a little bit slower as they're walking towards the objective. So that's more times for you to shoot them, more time for you to get hit by the traps, and more time for them to walk towards the objective. So yeah. But in the commander, he has the extra effect of whenever any husk does a melee attack against any of his structures that are affected by the base, they're going to get frozen for 4 seconds. This is really good. This is really good because it just allows you to, shoot them while they're being frozen. If they hit your base once, then they're gonna get frozen as like a punishment, and then you can take care of them. This really is only really useful against like bigger targets like the Huskies and the Smashers, but that's exactly what we're going to be getting into when I go actually make the defense and explain to you why it's actually really useful. So for our team perk, we got Supercharged Traps. This just makes so that whenever, for every constructor that we got in our support team, we get an 8.5 damage increase on our traps that are affected by the base. So in total, it's a 42.5% increase, and it's really useful. It just makes our traps do more damage, especially in these higher level missions where the Huskers have more health. Doing more damage is always good. So yeah. For our support team here, we got Mega Base Kyle. Mega Base Kyle just makes our base bigger. Simple as that. It just makes the base bigger, really useful. And here we got Power Base Nox. Power Base Nox just gives us some self repair, and this is actually really good with the Ice King because the Ice King is going to be freezing the targets when they melee attack it, and then throughout that time, Power Base Nox can have a chance of healing it up too. So that's pretty useful. And then base Kyle, like how I said, just really good constructor. Just giving us more building health is always great. We are definitely going to be taking advantage of that. Here we got base MD. Base MD just helps me get some self-sustain on the actual base itself, especially if you don't have room for healing pads or cozy campfires, or if you don't, or if you just don't have the resources to make them. Warden Kyle here really does a good job at keeping you healthy throughout the mission, and it's just nice because it's something active that you got to place down. It's just your base, and obviously you want to place your base. And if you just stand near your base and you're gonna get healed, it's really nice. You also get a bit of energy regen as well. It's not that important, but it definitely is something. I actually do think he pairs really well with the surround pound heavy attack, so that is something to consider. I love the surround pound; it's one of my favorite weapons in the game. So he pairs up really well with that by giving you some energy regen. And then last but not least, we got Half or Hazard. He's just a nice little filler constructor that I put here. Giving some extra repair speed is nice because we don't have the sturdiness of HP that base Kyle has under Commander. Hotfix or Hazard should help us repair the walls that get damaged by either lobbers or exploders or smashers. It's just a nice filler hero to have. Other options for constructors here can include stuff like Bomb Suit Kyle or Bomb Squad Kyle. Bomb Squad Kyle giving you some extra armor, makes you a bit more tankier. Demolitionist Penning is also great, increasing your rocket launcher damage. This includes stuff like the Pot Shot and the Discharger, your Bazooka, your Sandal's Helper, your Storm King's Wrath. All that stuff gets boosted by her. Really nice. And Machinist Harper is also one that I like a lot by giving some extra trap durability. I actually have enough trap durability in my survivor squads, so like I don't need her in my support squad anymore. But if you have low trap durability, then use her. She's actually pretty good, especially throughout these long 8-minute defense missions. She's really helpful to keep the traps lasting a bit longer. And if you're like lower power level, Thunder Thrower is really nice. Thunder Thrower just makes so that they take chip damage whenever they walk on your structures every 5 seconds. And pair that with the Ice King, it's actually a nice combo because the Ice King slows them down, and Thora does damage based on every 5 seconds. So, yeah. And for the gadgets, we got Banner and Slowfield. Banner to make our walls a bit sturdier whenever they're under a lot of stress, and Slowfield, it's good for the Mini-Boss. I like Slowfield for the Mini-Boss. And even like right at the beginning of a match, you can place it down and have it up for the mini boss later. So yeah, just overall good gadget. But anyways, I'm gonna hop into the mission, and I'll be back when I am ready. Alright, so I'm in the mission, found the Atlas, and I also befriended a boar. So I'm solo, but I got this big guy here next to me, just in case. Also, real quick, disclaimer, sorry if I sound a bit weird today, I just woke up kind of bad. But I'm okay. I feel like a little congested, but not really, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit weird today. But anyways, let's go to the build. So when I get to the Atlas and when you place it down, it's going to tell you if the storm is going to rotate or not, or if there's any element. It just said the storm is going to be rotating, which is actually fine, because the build that we're going to be doing is like a 360 build. And it didn't show any elements, so every husk and mist monster that we should be facing should be physical. So what we're going to be doing is the pyramid build. Now, I really did want to showcase a not pyramid build, like an inverted pyramid build, and I wanted to showcase it, right? But the issue that I have with the inverted pyramid build is that it actually just straight up just is more expensive, right? And like the cost is something that I consider when I like to showcase my builds, because I know that not everyone has the resources that I do, or like, you know, the patience or time to farm as often as like some other players might do. So, you know, this pyramid build is definitely meant for the more cost-friendly way of defending. And I don't like AFK building. I really don't. I really only AFK in like debug missions that are low power level, right? Or if I'm doing something in Canny Valley, right, for like some quick rare reperk or whatever. But normally I like to, you know, shoot the zombies that are making their way towards me. So yeah. But anyways, that's my little tangent. But okay, so yeah, the pyramid build, we're going to be doing 8 cones like that and edit it the way how I did, and then we're going to be putting a floor right here. So it's not like a pyramid, but it's like a, you know, almost pyramid, you know. And then what we're going to be doing inside of here, you don't have to do this, but it's what I like doing. You can put a bunch of 8 floors in the center here as well. And then what you're going to do, you're going to edit them like how I do. So the ones at the corners, you're going to be editing like this. Like that. And then the ones that are on the edges here, you're going to be editing like this. And this, what happens is that it basically makes so that the husks have to get through 2 layers of wall before they actually touch the Atlas. So for example, let's say that I'm a husk, right? And I'm breaking the wall. And then I break it, right? Oh, there's another piece of structure that I got to go through right here to break this one. You got what I'm trying to say? So yeah. So let's just tier 3 everything. Make sure that you do tier 3 stuff when you actually make the main defense. You don't gotta upgrade the ones in there, by the way. I just do it as like a second line of defense, pretty much. It's nothing serious. My board is trapped. Okay, there you go. And then yeah, tier 3, the one up here, and just do that. And then what I like doing here is I like going like this. 4 arches like this with a roof right here, and then I like going one more. Just mantle onto it. One more, 4 arches, and then a roof right here. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna be placing a roof right here, or not a roof, a floor there, a floor there, a floor there, and a floor here on the edges. So you're going to form like a plus sign pretty much. And then what you're going to do, you're going to drop down, mantle onto this one again here. And then right here, you're going to be editing the wall like this as like a 3rd wall, like that. And then just place one here, or rotate it, place one here, rotate it, place one here. And then just edit it back. And then you're going to be placing floors here. And this is nice because what we're going to be putting on these traps, the traps that we're going to be putting here actually matters. So what we're going to be doing is that on the ones up here, on the edges, we're going to be putting some ceiling drop traps. And make sure when you put ceiling drop traps, you put them like this, facing towards the objective. Because the ceiling drop trap has a mechanic where, depending on how you place the trap, it's going to actually stagger the husk in that direction that you placed it. So because we placed it facing this way, the husks that are going to get hit by the drop traps are going to be staggered like down here. And just do that for all around the edges here. Like so. And then on the corners here, we're going to be putting some ceiling electric fields. Because there is no element, it doesn't really matter which one you put here, but my energy one is supercharged, so putting that one. And right here in the center, you're going to be putting a gas trap. In case any husks walk up here, they're going to get hit by the gas. Pretty useful. And then we're going to be putting here on these ramps here on the edges is that we're going to be putting some freeze traps. The freeze traps have the exact same mechanic as the drop trap with directionality, so facing towards the objective, we're going to be putting the freeze traps like this. Perfect. And here is where the floor here, you can put up like whatever you want really. It can be a defender post, it can be the base itself, it can be even like a tar pit, so you know, because you have a gas trap here, so you can put like a tar pit here. It's like stun any house that walks up here. In my experience, or you can even put like a healing pad here as well. To be honest, doesn't really matter what you put here, as long as you put something here, it's like fine. For the purpose of the video, yeah, because normally I put the base up here, because normally I have like another freeze trap here is also fine. But I'll just put some ceiling floors, some wooden floor spikes. My floor spikes have the 6 perk where it heals attached, so that is also useful. And then what some people like doing, they like putting half walls like this on the corners here, because sometimes the husks actually do go for the corner pyramids, which is annoying. So yes, I do get the reasoning, and yeah, so that is something. And then what we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting some archways like this, and it's actually good that we did the perimeter around here, because what's going to happen is that because we have Ice King, right? Because we have Ice King, what's going to happen is that if a smasher charges into our defense, right, he's going to be hitting either the corner wall here, or the half wall here, or the archway here, and then he's going to get frozen in place, and that gives us time to shoot the guy. Hopefully some smashers spawn in game so I can show you guys what I mean. So, yep. And the half wall is also functions like a nice little funnel for the husks to walk like towards here. Because without the half walls, I've noticed that sometimes they just don't even walk here where the freeze trap's at. They just walk on the corner. So having the half wall here is a nice funnel. And then because of how the ceiling electric field functions, it's going to be hitting them over here as well, because it targets in a 3x3. So that's useful. And then yeah, we're also going to be upgrading a little bit here, especially the ones up here, because lobbers can be annoying. So like at least tier 2 is what I like for the stuff up here, and for the ceiling electric fields, at least tier 2 is nice. And that's honestly the defense. Like I'm being honest, that is like honestly the defense. You don't spend that many material actually making everything. As you can see, I think I spent around like 1.4k, maybe 1.5k metal in making this whole defense, and this is enough to hold an entire Atlas, like genuinely. Especially with your if you're actually actively playing the game, you can also you know, like I encourage actively playing the game to like shoot the husk and stuff while defending. So this is what I intend to do. What you can also be doing here is to save on metal, to make this defense even more reliable, I would say, is just put like a nice other ring of like, it can be whatever material. It can be wood, it can be your brick, it can be metal again if you want to. I'm just going to conserve on metal a little bit, so I'll be putting brick. It should be fine. And it should be reaching down here too, because of Mega Base. At least, yeah, it actually reaches everywhere. That's nice. And then what you can be doing is you can actually put tar pits on the floor that's facing towards the half wall. You can put tar pits right here. This should stop smasher charges entirely. And then here you can put wooden floor spikes. I'm actually going to do that. You can put wooden floor spikes right here to get some chip damage and slow them down even more. And the wooden floor spikes do stack of Ice King's perk, so that is useful. So yeah, so for the purpose of the video, I'm going to be putting some anti-air traps too, because right here, instead of tar pits, we're going to be putting some anti-air traps, because we have Ice King, and I do want to showcase off his perk. All this, by the way, is extra. This is all extra. The anti-air trap here is extra. The wooden floor spike here is extra. The main defense that I want to showcase that you can replicate easily is this thing that I created. The ring around here is just for extra purposes and just for show. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And we're going to be building or upgrading, and yeah, that should be the defense. So I will start the defense right now, and yeah, we should have a relatively smooth one. Oh, and the anti-air traps, you can also put anti-air traps right, like where the electric fields are at, you can put anti-air traps there. You can also put anti-air traps on top of here as well. I'll be putting like a couple. I'll put like 3 up here, because you always do want to make sure that you have some air defense. Just keep in mind the quartz that it can cost, but yeah. The one thing about the Ice King that I just don't like is how his propane is really annoying. Like propane spam is really annoying. And yeah, you see how like some of the husks are targeting this half wall here. what some people do as well, you can put some wall dynamos here. And the wall dynamos will target any husk that hits the half wall there. But also the ceiling electric field should target them too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so even if husks target this half wall here, they're gonna get hit by the ceiling electric field up there. So yeah. And because we have Supercharged Traps, they're going to be doing more damage than usual. So is our drop traps. So yeah, really chill defense. Already been over a minute. But yeah, what's going to happen is that they're going to be walking over here, and then they're going to be slowed, take chip damage, and then by the time they get over here, they're going to get frozen. And then the drop trap is going to be dropping tires on them, which is going to stagger them backwards like this. So very useful. Now you see that they're getting frozen every time they touch it. For the first time, because you know how Ice King works, so that is nice. I will actually switch over to a hit scan weapon real quick, like my Whisper 45 here. I'll use this because in case any propanes, in case you do see, yeah, we're like perfect right there. Propanes are really annoying for the Ice King to deal with because his walls just aren't that sturdy to deal with them. So I like using my bullet weapons here so I can trigger the propanes. But in case you're not paying attention or something, you do have the anti-air traps in place as well. Take care of the propanes. Yeah, the pitchers here are annoying too because they can just trigger the anti-air trap, which can, you know, they gotta reload, right? So in case there's pitchers with sploders, you want to just take care of the sploder or take care of the pitchers so that the anti-air trap gets saved for the actual propane threat. Nice. And then the trap should take care of these once it reloads. No, I guess not. I guess not. I'll just kill them then. It's fine. Yeah, so they hit it once, and then you get frozen, and then you just kill them. Super simple. Yeah, so you got propane there. Stagger it. The beehive lobbers are also kind of annoying. They kind of just waste anti-air trap usage. They're not really like a big threat. Same with the pitchers, they just kind of waste the anti-air trap usage. I actually want to showcase the anti-air trap working, so let me actually wait for this propane to throw his thing. And maybe it'll, well, if he wants to at least. I don't know if he wants to. I guess he doesn't want to. Okay, well. Alright, nice. So there, the propane just actually juked me out with the with the pitcher. But oh yeah, but over here the anti-air trap actually worked as intended. The anti-air trap actually covered the propane that this one threw. So that's nice. But yeah, there's one thing you gotta be careful though. There are a lot of husks that throw projectiles in this game. The pitchers, the beehive lobbers, the yeah, that's really about it. The propanes, but even flingers, you know, they throw the stuff too. So just be careful with them. This also works in multi-Atlas defense missions, although I don't recommend using Ice King for multi-Atlas defense missions by yourself. I recommend using Mega Base for that type of situation. But if you're in a group and it's like a category 3-4 player or whatever, or category 4 player, and if like one of them is floating or two of them are floating, then it should be totally fine. But you can't guarantee if they're going to be floating or not, so. If you're doing it by yourself, I like playing it safe and do like category 2, category 3s with Mega Base in Commander. But yeah, here, I mean, you guys can see how Ice King is working. We keep getting good freezes off, and it's nice. But yeah, here, if you want to make an improvement, you can also put wall dynamos here, like how I was saying, because the husks are actually pretty attracted to hitting the wall there. I didn't even know they like doing it that much. But yeah, it's relatively chill. They just come to us and we shoot them if the traps don't kill them, and you just shoot the threats that'll actually be, you know, threatening to your defense. And yeah, I haven't repaired this thing once, but it's actually still in tip-top shape because of power-based knocks. So he's getting value there too. And yeah, I see some more sploders. Someone right here. Yeah, let me just boop. Yeah, it's really satisfying when they're all in a big crowd. You make them explode like that. Really nice. It seems like they're all coming from this direction though, so that is something. Let me just. Is my aim good? My aim is decent. Oh, the Mini-Boss is actually there too. So it is a. Oh, that's actually so annoying. It's Ricochet, and what I like doing for the Mini-Boss, I like using the pot shot for killing Mini-Bosses. But it actually sucks that it's Ricochet. So what you can actually do for Ricochet Mini-Bosses, you can actually put Rosie down as the Ice King. You do have Rosie. So yeah, see how I how I hit him, and then he did so much of my health. Yeah, so he's gonna actually target me now. So with the way how Ricochet works is whenever you use any range attack on them, it's gonna do a portion of the damage back to you. But if you use melee attacks or abilities, it should be fine. Okay, so there is a lot of propane. So let me actually put the banner down as well. I'm not sure if I can actually even kill the mini-boss without offing myself by accident. In-game. Yeah, okay, well, the propane blew up my thing. So you know what? Well, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to take one for the team. And, okay, yeah, it actually, okay, nice. So, you just want to play smart around the Ricochet Mini-Boss. Because this was, you know, solo 140, it was easier to take care of. But yeah, Ricochet is really hard to deal with because it kind of invalidates you from using the pot shot too much. You can't really spam it as much as you want to. So yeah, just play a little bit smart around them. As you can see, there's a lot of husk here. Oh, and also, yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is actually decoy. Ice Can's decoy, guys. Decoy is actually a really fun crowd control ability. As you can see here, they're all just wrangled up, and my Xenon bow just takes care of them. It's actually a really useful ability. I haven't been talking about his abilities at all, but decoy is good for wrangling them up like that. You can actually decoy them like onto that wooden floor spike, and then just shoot them all with your AOE weapon or whatever. You can even crouch behind these half walls here to give you some defense against the blasters here, and then just shoot them as necessary. Here, so you know, there's a lot of husk here. I'm just gonna decoy them so they can stop hitting my wall. Take cover from the blaster. There is some lobbers, so I'll take care of them. The anti-air traps on top of the defense are taking care of them, and then we just take care of the Miss Monster. Ground pounder is excellent. Love the shotgun. And yeah, that's 30 seconds left to go. I really don't got much else to say. This was the defense. Hope you guys like this build. This is a build that I use very often. We didn't see any smashers, unfortunately. I really wanted to showcase it with some smashers. But basically, just know that if there was a smasher here, right, and he charges like this, he's like, oh, I'm a smasher, I'm big and ugly. You know, and then he goes, ah, he's gonna get frozen, and then you can shoot him while he's frozen, like right here. So yeah. But anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Nice and easy video. You guys can very well copy this build in your own Atlas missions. And yeah, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and that'll mean the world to me because then I can apply for a creator code, which would be excellent. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe like how I said before. Even share the video if you want to. Follow my Twitch. I stream sometimes. You can follow me down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.